Hey, it's Jonas, Troyer Websites, coming at you with another website audit. This time we're auditing a garden center website from Canada. This was submitted to us from the blog of the on the last audit we did. And so we offer these audits for free if you have a desire to have one done on your website. If you have a website, feel free to request one. If we get too many requests, we're going to have to either shut it down or start charging. I'm not sure which, but at this point, we're using it to educate people on what a good website is and what to look for and how to, create a good website, basically. So let's switch over here to this site. This is the New Roots Garden Center from New, where's the area? Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. Am I right? Yeah, Newmarket, Ontario. So David's submitted this to me. So thank you, David. Appreciate it. You do have a very nice website. A lot of good things going for you. But there are, like usual, there are a few things I would do differently or I would change if it was my website. First thing I noticed is up here in the URL, if I click on that little information icon there, it says your connection to this site is not fully secure. So there's something going on that your SSL certificate is not fully securing your website. And I noticed that on a few of the other pages. So if you don't have a lock up here and you have this little icon thingy which says that if you click on it, that means something's not set up properly with your SSL certificate, or then it's not covering the entire site. We've had issues at times where it was only an image or a couple images that was causing that error. Usually it's not too hard to figure out what it is and fix that. So that's the first thing I noticed. Looks like a great website. I mean, as far as design, colors, you got a nice color scheme, especially for a garden center. Great pictures. The first thing I noticed when I looked through it is it's not very conversion optimized. It's not. It's. I have no idea what the main call to action is on this website. Is it to contact you? Is it to show up at the garden center? Is it to register for an event? I see you have events. Is it to join your email list? I'm not sure what the main call to action is. What's your main goal with your website? Is it to drive traffic to your store or to have people contact you? That is not quite clear to me. So right here in the above the fold, when what we call above the fold is from the top of the home page, basically the first section that you see on a desktop or laptop, you have three call to actions: view upcoming events, join our gardening club, and ask away, which goes to the contact page. This goes to your MailChimp email list sign up, which looks half decent. The only thing is, just telling you, the average person will have no idea what this means, or I don't think they will. What preferred method of or email they would prefer. So I would take that off if it was mine. Second of all, join our gardening club. What does that mean? Is it just join the email list so I can keep you updated, or is there actually some kind of club that I'm joining by signing up here? I didn't sign up to see where it goes, but that should be a little bit more clear, in my opinion, before you ask somebody to join your email list. What is it that you're giving them, or what is it that they're signing up for? Otherwise, looks good until you get down here. We view all upcoming workshops. That's basically workshops or events. And then we get to a testimonial, which is great, a review. The only thing I see missing here is there's no clear call to action above the footer. Okay? So normally we always try to, I mean, there is up here, I guess, but there should be a contact us or join our email list or something here in this section. Okay? The last section before the footer should always have a call to action. And then the footer, I mean, if you look at it, the footer actually has no navigation links. So if I come down here, there's nowhere I can click on to stay on your website and go to another page, check out your services, your products, or your events. And when I'm on this, even in the footer, you have your hours, which is great. You have your address, phone number, emails, great. A little short about us bio thingy there, that's awesome. And you have your follow social media icon follow buttons here, but there's nowhere to click to stay on the site, except you do have a sticky header. Okay, I just noticed that the header is sticky. Okay, that's good, I guess. But there should be a call to action down here somewhere, or have your navigation menu as one of the options in the footer. Just say. Like if it was me, we always try to have the navigation menu on the very right column of the footer, because on a mobile, on mobile phone, that's the very last thing you see at the bottom of a page when you're scrolling. If you missed that last call to action before the footer, you get to the bottom, you still have your navigation footer right there. So we like to have that on the fourth section, or the third or fourth, depending if you have 3 or 4 columns. So if it was me, I would put the follow us on the very left over here, and put the navigation menu here. That would be my opinion. Let's go to products. Here, I mean, this is kind of cool, and yet, you know, on a phone, every one of these little tabs loads a different image and different text down below. But what do you see is missing here? There is no call to action at the end of each section, or again, the same footer, so the same issue with the footer there. So there should be a call to action right here. Contact us, join our email list, whatever your main call to action would be. You can, if you want to drive traffic to the store, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll create a link to your Google My Business profile and link it to a button that says get directions. They click on that, it opens their Google Maps app if they have that installed on their device. If they're on a computer, it would open the Google Maps website, and it would go directly to your Google My Business profile. They can hit directions, and they have directions directly to your location. So that, you know, I would come up with one of those main call to actions as your main one. All right. Basically, we have the same story going on the services page. Beautiful pages, man, good content, but there needs to be some conversion going on, in my opinion. Same thing there. Events looks great. I love this this page. And let me click on one of them. It's like that one was in April. Cost will vary between 35 to 38. I mean, it's kind of cool. There's no way to register, or not on this page anyway, but at least they can see the events. Your tips and tricks, I would rename that a little bit. Tips is all right, but tricks, who are we tricking? I know that gets used a lot. Maybe that's more of a Canadian terminology that's more common up there, but great idea to have videos on here. That's awesome. But if it was my website, I would rename this gardening tips, or lawn and garden tips, because I noticed one of your videos is about spring lawn maintenance. I watched that video. It's an awesome video. So I didn't watch all these videos, but what I saw looked awesome. So good job on this part. But I would consider possibly changing that tricks to a different terminology there. Tips, gardening tips, or lawn and garden tips, or something of that nature. Or just call it your blog. And I'm not sure if these written as a blog post or not, but it kind of looks like they are. Just call it blog, and people will go there for the content of the blog. You can have videos in your blog posts and whatnot. Let's check out the contact us page yet. I did preview that one before I started this video, but looks like a nice picture, a video on different ways to get there. You get the address, phone number, email, hours again, hours, subject to change, and a contact form. Follow us, and the address. Yeah, looks good here. Good job on that page. All right, so now, after we've dissected the site here, or analyzed the site, two more things here. So on Google Chrome, I have Google Tag Assistant Chrome extension enabled or installed and enabled. And if I reload this page and click on this, it shows there is no Google Analytics on your website. Google Analytics is by far the most used, most common analytics for websites, which shows you how many people are coming to your site, which page they were on, what your bounce rate is, all that good stuff. It does not appear to have that installed, so I would consider that, unless you're using some different kind of analytics that you're happy with, then disregard that. But normally we would use Google Analytics. Second of all, Facebook Pixel is not installed. I don't know if you do any Facebook advertising, but if you ever do, definitely get that Facebook Pixel installed, which is basically a piece of code you get from your Facebook Ads Manager, and you install it in the header section of your website, and now you can track or retarget people with Facebook ads that have visited your website, that know who you are, that showed an interest in your product or your business, your service. Now you can continue to stay in front of them, build a brand, and build a tribe, so to speak, with your ads that way. If you're running ads, I don't know if you are, if you're not, but I guess I could have gone to your Facebook page and checked, but I didn't do that. All right, so here's the email sign up. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but you can also embed this form right onto your website, so it doesn't go to the MailChimp weird looking link. If you want to do that, that's an option. Let's do SiteLiner first. So I plugged it into SiteLiner. The report is ready. There's 28 pages on the site, 23 normal, 5 skip redirect pages. Looks, a little bit below average on page size. Like the average page size for your site is 45 KB. The median for all other sites is 63. So you're a little bit below on average page size. Load time is awesome. This one, I usually don't go by this one. The other one, GTmetrix, is more accurate in my opinion. Number of words per page is only 348, and the median for all other sites is 658. So we're a little bit on about a little bit over half number of words per page from the average on the internet. So a little bit low there. 25% duplicate content. Not a big deal. On 25%, that's common. Not too much to see there. GTmetrix looks awesome for the most part. Great job on this. Definitely great on fully loaded time, 1.7 seconds. That's amazing. And partly reason for that is probably because you only have 37 requests. That's great. But there are a few things that could be improved yet. If you look at this, optimize images being probably the main one, leverage browser caching. Yeah, that could be done because those are all your links to stuff on your site. So a little bit that could be improved there, but you're above average here. Average on the internet for Page speed score is 72%. You're at 81. That's above average. And here you're at 73 when the average is 70. So you're above average there as well. Could be improved, but it's not horrible. Definitely not as bad as the last one we just did a report on. And now let's head over to Ahrefs, which is a SEO audit software that we use. This tool is not free. All the tools I've shown you so far have been free, except until we get to this one. This one's not free. This one I'm paying for. We use this all the time when we do SEO work for our clients. Your ranking is 16.5 million, basically. Not too horrible. Your strength is not the greatest, but it's okay. You got a 20 and a 10 here. You got only 70 backlinks. If you increase the number of backlinks, I'm sure this one would go up. Both of these would go up. These numbers go from 0 to 100. The higher, the better. This number is the overall on the internet, or that's ranked with Ahrefs, I should say. Of the strength of your backlink profile, the lower the number, the better. So on this number, you want a lower number. If you put in facebook.com, for example, it usually would be a 1 or a 2, okay? Organic keywords, 299, that's awesome. And organic traffic looks like you're getting about 182 people per month onto your website. That's about, what's that? 10 people per day would be 300. So 7 or 8 people per day coming to your website organically. And that traffic value is $305. If you were to run Google AdWords to get that amount of traffic to your site, that's about what it would cost you. That's how they calculate that. Now, I'm not sure if they calculate this in US dollars or is this Canadian dollars. I'm assuming it's US dollars, but I'm not sure. Here shows a nice, fairly nice, steady incline on referring domains and referring pages. There's not a major up and down here. I mean, a little bit, but there's no huge drops, which is great. All of it's coming from Canada, which is good because that's where you're located. And here's your top anchors. Let's just go check your backlinks real quick. And East, okay. That was one of your locations. I'm not sure. That might be one of your locations. So let's actually rank these by strength. So sapdesign.webflow.io is your strongest backlink currently. Looks like you've got numerous SapDesign ones. Newmarket.snapd.com, trustedpros.ca, yorkreaching.com, whole bunch of Canadian sites.ca. See that? .ca means it's Canada. Marketchamber.ca. Yeah, some decent strength backlinks, and there's obviously also some not so great backlink strength, like this one has a 7 and a 6, 1 and a 19, but they've got some strong ones too. So let's go back to overview, and this will also let you see what your keywords are. Let's just check that. Garden Center, new market, and you're in position 1 for that. That's awesome. New Market Garden Center, you're position 1. New Roots Garden Center, position 1. Position 2 for that, Garden Center, New Market. Garden Center near me, your position 7. That'll depend on obviously where the person is when he searches that. But you got a lot of good positions here. Looks like that apparently there's not a ton of competition in your area for rankings. I'm assuming without doing more research, but you got a lot of number 1 positions here, and looks like you're like new market garden center, one position, position one, all of those for the same keyword, but you're ranking 4 pages for that position. Okay, so that's awesome. I got a couple of 18s here. Then we're going down to further down into other pages. Not on the first page anymore, but pretty decent there actually for your SEO. I mean, considering, I'm not sure how old your site is, but according to this, you probably started your website around April of 2016. Just curious, David, how close I am there, but according to this, that's when the first referring domains started in April of 2016. So you probably had your website right around that time, or maybe just a little bit before. So that's it for now, guys. Hope you got some value from this, get some education. And if you see this video public, that means David allows me to share it with other users and use it for education purposes. So David, that's my question to you. I didn't ask you about this until now. So if you don't mind, let me know if we can share this video publicly, use it for educational purposes. Obviously, it will give you some publicity, as I would normally put it on my blog, send it to my email list, and people can find it that way, multiple different ways. Possibly put it on our YouTube channel as well. So, thanks for watching. If you see this video on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If you got any other questions, leave a comment down below. You can leave a comment on the blog or the YouTube video. And if you do want an audit for your website, if you have one, there should be a link on the blog where you can sign up to get one for yourself. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.